Case number 0. A shiver crept up Isadora's spine. Dread danced through her veins. Although their employees had not stolen anything from the trophy cabinet, Mr. Pierce's Tarvard cane was there. It never left his side. The rare gemstones shone in the unnatural light. Painful memories shot through her heart. Tears were burning her hazel eyes. Azure eyeshadow sparkled on her fingertips. No matter how many times she rubbed her eyelids, sadness hovered around her. Her slender fingers twirled around her necklace. Mindlessly she wound it tighter and tighter. She squeaked and unwound it. Red marks coated her fingers. The damage was already done. Her skin started to crawl. Her blonde hair tickled her ear. It felt like something was creeping around her face. The narrow corridor was suddenly claustrophobic. She glanced over her shoulder, but the golf cart was the only object that lurked in the shadowy passageway. She looked to her right, but the turning bay was empty. The tunnel to the pig farm was locked. The door behind her was too. Her throat started to constrict. She fumbled around her pocket for her EpiPen. Even though her breakfast had not contained any traces of shellfish, she was weary. Percy's pigs are too good for our friends. The sudden noise made her jump out of her skin. She dropped the clipboard. The pen smashed into her nose and cheek before it clattered to the floor. She covered her mouth. "Did you have to do that?" Isadora pawed at the corners of her mouth, paranoid that her dark blue lipstick was smeared. "Is that you, Pandora?" "Who else would it be, Pierce?" Pandora stuck out her fake boobs and dabbed her new nose. "Do you like what you see, sis?" "What was wrong?" Isadora sighed and scooped up the clipboard and pen. "With the way you looked before? Now you sound like my boyfriend." Her brown eyes sparkled with malice when she saw her sister cringe. Vega. "Well?" She unconsciously picked at her spiky chin hairs, but her fingernails slipped and left imprints on her skin. She rubbed her chin, the pesky hairs taunting her with their continued presence. "Fake butt implants hurt. Got some fat transfers from my waist into my butt. While I was there, my nose and boobs needed an update." She fluffed her bleach blonde hair and pouted her inflated red lips. "Also got my lips and nails done. Aren't they fab? He loves it. Loves me." "You got filler in your fingernails?" Isadora quirked an eyebrow and sat on the golf cart, desperate to redirect the conversation away from Vega. Pandora strutted over to the golf cart and waved her talons in her sister's face. "Got a mani-pedi with my favorite color, azure." "They're red." Isadora started the golf cart and expertly spun it around the turning bay. "What? That wicked creature! How dare she?" The mocked indignation did not last long. Pandora's phone rang once before her talons descended on the screen. "Yes." As they sped back towards the games room, she felt her sister's claws dig into her back. "Is Midori off his meds?" Her brown eyes were sparkling with contempt. She poked her sister and ended the call. "Did they transfer air into your brain while they were there?" Isadora gritted her teeth as a flash of panic electrified her body. "It's serious. Don't joke about it." "Whatever," she scoffed. "It's bipolar, not hypothermia. He'll live." Vega's proficient. "Get his name out of your mouth." She curled her inflated lip and snarled. "He liked me," Isadora mumbled. His eyes were a swirling aquamarine. It reminded her of the beach, a place she held in her heart, one she struggled to protect from the dark days that followed. "You'd rather be with him than Gilmore? But you finally found a boyfriend with black hair and green eyes. Isn't that enough?" The stale air displaced as the sensor opened the giant doors. She wanted to do a quick sweep of the games room and move on to her plants. Not only did it look like a school gymnasium, but its name sent chills down her spine. "Oi! Slow down." The golf cart was still going as Pandora leapt off it. Sometimes the 2-year age gap felt like 10. Isadora hated how fast she had to grow up. Responsibility, pain, suffering, guilt, fear, dread. It had all fallen on her shoulders, a burden that she had felt the brunt of, while Percy and Pandora remained untouched. No, you're not checking in there. She pointed up to the mezzanine. You'll just end up playing ping pong like last time. Join me. I'm lonely and bored. Pandora's eyes widened. She pouted and tilted her chin down, then gazed up at her sister, who just shook her head in dismay. Do you know how hard it is to play ping pong with a wall? I'll save you from it. Come on. Why? Don't you dare take the blame again. She cringed as her sister read her mind. The employees were saints to put up with Mr. Pierce's demands. Do you know why Walton locked the doors? How did you get in? I have my ways. What did those losers break this time? Her brown eyes shone with rage. Be respectful, Isadora groaned as the distraction did not work. I know they broke something. Those clumsy fools always do. I don't know why he employs them. They're useless. Don't you dare cover for them again. The fake yawn did not reach her hazel eyes. The railing in the glass has been weakened in the upstairs balcony. Ratana said if anyone leans on the glass, it will shatter. Railing might break. How? They slipped in, jumped off the balcony, and used the truck entrance. Percy saw them on the camera, shut the glass door remotely, and knocked one of them out. Pandora threw her head back and laughed. It's not funny. No, it really is. She wiped the tears from her eyes, while unhandy man Midori got called out on another job, so put Vega and the guys up there. Will you be safe up there? Warm enough? He won't sleep with me. Pandora was so blatant that Isadora blushed, and I mean that metaphorically and literally.